JD.com released its earnings last week. This is the real Amazon of China because it does everything Amazon does. It owns its own inventory. So it's actually closer to Amazon than actually Alibaba. They have 600 million plus users. They have a crazy logistics network. This company right now is super undervalued. I think it's one of the greatest opportunities in the stock market right now. It's honestly crazy that it's already down 26% in the last 6 months. I do not understand how that is even possible with the projections of this company going forward, but we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what happened in the recent earnings report and what's going on with JD.com, the company. So guys, let's get into this video and let's talk about it right now. But before we do, like this video, subscribe to my channel. JD.com beat expectations for this quarter. It had $42 billion in revenue, up 7% year over year for this quarter, which is actually really good because you have to remember the background of China right now. This quarter still went over the zero COVID policy. So JD.com, a lot of Chinese companies are still recovering from that. So let's see how this goes along in the next 2 to 3 quarters. So keep that in the back of your mind. When I'm looking at JD.com and looking at the path forward, I'm seeing a lot of potential. Let's go over these numbers, the past and the future performance. JD.com has been having amazing growth, 24% from 2017 to 2022, 362 billion in RMB billions to 1 trillion RMB. Net revenues quarter after quarter was 7%, which is growing pretty quick. Guys, net revenues breakdown. This is from net product revenues from 331 billion in RMB all the way up to 165 billion in RMB. The net service revenues up from 30 billion all the way up to 181 billion into 2022. Guys, this growth is actually really good. And I can see this into the future as there's going to be a bigger middle class in the future for China and as more people get online and get into e-commerce. So net product revenue year over year, 1%. Net service revenue year over year, 40%. And this is going to continue to grow. Logistics and service revenue for JD.com is going to be a big contributing factor for the future, in my opinion. Then we go to non-GAAP net profit. It went up to 2.7% for this year, up from the 1.8%. They continue to talk about increasing efficiency in this market. Guys, if this goes up to like 5-6%, their free cash flow is going to explode, and we're going to get into that. So JD.com's free cash flow generation, this is in RMB billions again, $44.8 billion all the way up to 57.6 billion. Free cash flow went up from 26 billion all the way to $35 billion. And this is what I'm talking about. JD.com is telling you right in your face that it's getting more efficient. And that's what I really want to highlight in this report, that JD.com CEO is understanding the environment and the improvement in efficiency going forward. And that's going to provide us with a lot of cash generation for this business. I want to highlight that JD's retail profitability improvement is a strong testament to our continued commitment and ability to deliver against our goal of sustained long-term margin improvement. JD Retail's fulfilled gross margin was up 53 basis points year on year to 8.2% in Q4, the highest level achieved in all of our promotion seasons since inception, mainly driven by our efforts to optimize cost efficiency and improving economy of scale. This margin improvement is coming on the back of what JD.com is doing overall. They have a crazy logistics network. They're going to start doing services to offer third-party services for fulfillment and actually handling all their inventory. They're doing a marketplace, they're doing advertisements. So third-party sellers can go on JD.com and sell their products, and they're going to provide advertisement. They have JD.com Health, telemarket health. People coming to JD.com for prescriptions and they delivering that. That's a big service that JD.com is going to offer. They have JD.com properties, buying and selling properties. They have different warehouses that they're working on. There's a lot to JD.com business that we can see growing. All those businesses are growing 10, 15, 20% right now. And we can kind of see that continue to grow into the future as that economies of scale is going to build up and JD.com is taking full advantage of the opportunity at hand. When you're looking at JD.com right now, it's selling for $39. A market cap of $63 billion, which is actually insane, especially for the potential that JD.com has. JD.com has $30 billion of cash on the balance sheet, so over half of the market cap just in cash. Only $5 billion in debt. It has a $10+ billion equity portfolio. So I'm going to cancel off that debt with the equity portfolio. I'm going to take all that cash and take it off the market cap. So it's a $30 billion company generating $5 billion of free cash flow. So in 6 years, I'm gonna get all my money back for the business. That's what no growth of JD.com's business. So I'm getting a 16% yield on my money. If you divide the $5 billion of free cash flow from the market cap of 30 billion, I'm getting my 16% yield on my money. Bonds right now are trading around 3 to 5%. That's a no-brainer. Would I rather get a 16% yield with the potential of future growth, or this 3 to 5% bond or treasury yield, which is not going to produce any growth? That's an easy calculation for me. But right now, this is happening in the market because of the China risk, the fear of what's going to happen, maybe Taiwan, maybe the war. But with this huge risk, I just don't see it as a huge potential, especially because a lot of these companies like Apple, like Tesla, they have so much money in China right now. So if this market thing happens, a lot of these companies are going to get destroyed. Nike, there's so many companies that are going to get destroyed if this Taiwan war really happens. So I'm not seeing this huge risk in the next 5 years that everyone else is seeing. Maybe it does happen, maybe it doesn't. But I know right now JD.com is a huge steal in the market today. Guys, what do you think about JD.com in the market right now? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? Tell me what you think. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Peace.